welcome to Money Control. Well, I'm joined by a very special guest today, Ujjwal Jain of Share.Market, which is the broking platform of PhonePe. And Ujjwal has a very interesting history. He started off as a computer engineer, worked for one of the finest hedge funds on Wall Street, and then, of course, the startup bug took the better of him, and he founded two companies and created solutions related to wealth management and execution of portfolio construction, and then got married to PhonePe, and now he represents Share.Market. Ujjwal, thank you so much for your time today. First of all, take us through your journey from
Thanks,
2009 when you passed out till now.
Yeah, thanks Mahalakshmi for hosting me. So when I passed out of my engineering, so I was very clear that I want to build something at the confluence of computer science and markets. Now what that means is that while you solve problems for markets, for investor community, but your first principle or your DNA is to build something around tech. You start with a technology mode. Now initially I started the job which actually served this purpose for me. But when I moved to Mumbai in 2013, I realized that the Indian market opportunity is big. And by the time I realized that I found a problem statement, I actually quit my job in 2016. And that's how I started. Now, in 2016, when between 2015 and 2016, I was trying to understand what problem to solve for Indian markets. And if we go back in the history and we look at 2016, you will find some interesting insights what India was at that point, right? So in 2016, let's look at especially the mutual fund industry first. The mutual fund industry from 2016 to 19 was growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 47 odd %. Yeah. So which means that it was at a very 100x growth trajectory. But in parallel, the broking industry was in the foundational phase of future expansion, and it was growing at a rate of around 10% compounded annual growth rate. But few green shoots were happening in broking industry. One, SEBI actually made the whole online account opening completely online, digital. And secondly, the discount broking industry era started. Now, discount broking industry core strength when it started was built on two principles. One was easy onboarding, right, primarily led by online, completely online onboarding and access to markets. And second was affordability, which is discounted pricing. So it was very clear that it cannot be that while mutual funds could grow at 47% CAGR and broking will not grow at that CAGR. Right. And specifically across all developed markets, it's actually the broking starts growing faster than like the asset management industry at the start, and they converge and they grow at the same rate. So I realized that if I need to build something with a very long-term view, I want to build something around broking industry. But I took the difficult problem at that point, that why not launch another broking platform to grow and bring access to markets, typically as a discount broker. I took the reverse problem. Let's assume that 10 years down the line, if broking industry start growing at such a crazy rate like how mutual funds are growing today, how will you ensure that customers have access to intelligence or information that they can invest or trade better on a broking platform? And we took that as a premise. We started building something called as a well basket platform. And well basket is like a model portfolio made available to a investor or a trader on a broking platform. Yeah. Now, typically when you invest in a mutual fund, you are investing in a portfolio managed by a fund manager. Correct. In case of well basket, when you come on a broking platform and access a well basket, it is again a model portfolio created by a research house. That's right. Who actually, they know how to create a portfolio around a specific sector or a theme or a strategy and make that available on a broking platform. And consumers who come on a direct broking platform for investing in direct stocks and ETFs, apart from doing what they would do typically by knowing basis their information access, they could actually get into these model portfolios and create a better portfolio. So that was the premise on which we started building the Well Basket platform. During the journey, later we also realized that in order to provide like intelligence, especially on a broking platform at scale through model portfolios, we need to bring quant research into Indian markets. And especially if you look at global developed markets, quant research, actually quantitative research or factors, smart beta, there are many synonyms to quant research. they track trillions of dollars in assets, right? So how do we actually make sure that, especially on a broking platform, we provide systematic research at scale? Quant research actually needs to be brought in. So in 2018, we took that call to actually even focus on building the research arm, apart from building the Wealth Basket platform to open model portfolios. And that led to building India's first retail-focused quantitative research platform called OpenQ. In 2019, we launched quant research model portfolios of Wealth Baskets on broking. Till 2021, we were working with as a B2B2C with our broking partners. In 21, when we met PhonePe, during our journey, we realized that we have built a great intelligence layer which can sit on top of a broking platform. We just need to now ramp up our distribution. And from a PhonePe point of view, we have already, as a consumer payment first business, we cracked how to bring financial services access at a population scale level. So it was like a marriage made in heaven, where we realized that if we converge our journeys on the wealth side, we could actually really solve the real purpose on which we started. How do we bring intelligence on broking platforms at scale? And 2022, both the businesses got acquired by PhonePe, and I think within a year, we were able to launch Share.Market. And the focus with Share.Market is very simple: to bring intelligence at scale in discount broking industry. And that's our journey.
Okay, tell us more about Share.Market.com. So what is this intelligence that is?
So it's actually Share.Market.
Tell us a little bit, take us back into what kind of research intelligence have you really built?
Yeah, so couple of things. See, one is the fact that
I think you can start with factors, because I don't know if all the viewers really understand, factor-based investing, which professionals understand, but I'm not sure everybody understands.
So actually, if you come on a stock broking app, right, typically when you look at a stock, you want to actually invest in a stock which has some price appreciation, right? And how do you find stocks which can appreciate in prices, like where you can actually make money, right? And on a fundamental level, there are 6-7 factors around which you can say that 99% of the stock prices attribute to. When I say that, so what are these factors? So for example, if I want to invest in a fundamentally strong stock, I look at stocks which has high quality, and quality comes from looking at your balance sheet fundamentals, right? So quant models actually takes tons of variables across history and make sure you finally curate a factor or a signal which perfectly or in a quantitatively proven way, it actually create a quantitative quality factor, and you attribute score to each stock on a daily basis. And when you say that give me the top 10 high quality stock in, let's say, Nifty 50 or Nifty 500, you will get this set of stocks on that quality parameter, and you can create a quality portfolio out of this. So that's the quality factor. Then you have the value factor, where how I can find a stock which is priced basically versus the reality, it is priced at a discount, so I get it cheap. So there's a value factor again, which involves bunch of parameters and data surrounding that stock. You ingest all of that, create the signals. So similarly, we have the momentum, which is like how much fast the price of the stock is moving. So that's the momentum factor. Then there is this yield, which is dividend yield. What is the dividend yield element of the stock? Then you have volatility. So basically, how volatile the stock prices are. So for example, when you invest in a stock, if it's a highly volatile stock, possibly that in a down market it falls faster, but possibly it will not recover that well. So if you mix momentum with volatility in a right way, you can actually handle volatility smartly. So there's a factor for that. Then in modern era, because there's so much of information on the internet and analyst covers every stock, so the sentiment actually also matters. So there's a sentiment factor. And obviously the most known factor across across the majority of investing and trading community is the market cap, like whether it's a large cap, mid cap or small cap. Imagine all of this information now we have distilled down around these 7 factors. And these factors are powered by quant research, and on our platform we make that available through different experiences, so that when you come on this broking platform, you have information which is actionable. Now, one could be that you want to go into specific stocks, so you will get to see this factor analysis on our platform. If you really want to actually screen some certain set of stocks using these factors, you can actually find collections on our platform. you don't want to do any of this, you want to rely on our in-house research, so we have these well baskets. So we have well baskets catering to building a high quality portfolio, high momentum portfolio, and then at a specific sector level we have brought this factor. Let's say you want to build a highly momentum pharma portfolio at this point in this current market conditions, you have all these well baskets. So we made it very easy for people to actually not consume enormous amount of information. We have distilled down with proven global institutional expertise of quant research, made that available on our platform as an experience, and you can consume that information to build a better portfolio.
Does it combine stocks with weightages in a certain way, or it's just a stock filter? For example, everybody in the market, I see, right from professional managers to anybody who's just joined the market yesterday, no screener.in. So they all look at screens like high quality or magic formula or pharma portfolio, etc. So it just gives you a list of stocks based on that screen. So do you give a list of stocks, or is it constructed into a 30 stock portfolio with certain weightages associated to it? So how do you do it?
So that's the well basket part. So if you want to just use this as a screener, obviously then you can look at a stock level, build screen it on at a collection level, like set of collections serving a specific criteria. But if you want to really invest in a scientifically weighted portfolio, which is well basket, so if you look at the overall broking industry, research has been provided, right, as typically the standard research modus operandi in broking industry at an individual stock level, that you have this buy, hold, right, and sell kind of strategy. But when you want to provide research at a portfolio level, there is a science that involves that. If you take a certain set of stocks, want to give a tilt of momentum or a quality or a value, how do you construct weightage? How do you build the science of portfolio construction to provide the right scientific weightages? So well basket does all of that. So and make that available to you. Now, given that these are available under research analyst license as a model portfolio, you can still edit the weightages, because as a platform provider on a broking platform, on a broking setup, we provide that ability for you to still edit, modify weightages. But the science provides that at a model portfolio level, so you can build a very scientifically proven portfolio.
So if I want, I can access the filter, and I can also access the
so the experience is available for all sorts of customers. So for example, somebody who wants to do screener, they come with their different mindset, but somebody who just want to already have a pre-packaged scientifically weighted with quantitative research principles portfolio, they will get into a well basket.
Sure. And tell me now about the execution part. So this is the one part of your Share.Market is this research and intelligence that you have built in. Now the execution part, you want to execute a
so that is where our broking pipe is now, like
at the click of a button.
At the click of the button, you just execute in your demat account, which is with Share.Market.
Can you also set parameters, that sort of say, if this happens, then execute this kind of...
So those comes under the individual orders, like the orders and like where you can set up stop losses and conditionals and all that. So that you can do at a individual stock level. In case of well basket, the best part is that when you get into a well basket, there is a systematic review of the portfolio happening. So if let's say you invested today and you let's say invested in a momentum well basket, in momentum well basket go through a review every 30 days from the day you invested. So on 30th day basis, your current portfolio, the quantities you hold in the momentum well basket, you will get to you'll get an update on the latest research, what is the change in your portfolio basis the latest update in the research, and you can just simply go ahead and execute that research.
You can you have to manually rebalance.
Yeah, you have to manually rebalance because this is under research analyst.
Understood. Now tell me, what do you wish to accomplish with this? Because the one dream that everybody talks about, all these new age platforms, is you want to make it more inclusive, you want more people to use it, you want to democratize it.
Yes.
How do you see this product moving forward?
See, actually, there's a very interesting data point I can share that with you, which is, as of today, mutual funds, total unique folios are 20 odd crores. But the unique PANs that are invested in mutual fund industry is less than 5 crores. In broking industry, the unique PANs that are there is almost 10 crores. But active demat accounts in a year is less than 5 crore. So you see, when somebody gets into a mutual fund, they are actually adding more money continuously because they realize there's a smart fund manager who's actually doing something right, and he's helping me build my portfolio. So people are adding more and more money. But at a parallel level, it is still less than 5 crore. But at a folio level, you have touched 20 crores, which means people are adding more money.
Correct.
On broking, by the other side, we are continuously expanding as a discount broking industry is actually accounting for the majority of new accounts, where we have almost touched 17 odd crore demat accounts, but on an annual rolling basis, the number of active accounts are still less than 4 crores. So that's an area where actually last 10 years was not the focus, because see, when market is expanding, right, if you just make sure that you provide a great experience to open an account and give access to markets, that was the focus for the discount broking industry, with great experiences and affordability, which is discount pricing. When in 16 we realized that when such conditions will prevail over a long period of time, how will you solve for the problem of providing intelligence so that people actually, on mutual fund, they are growing their portfolio, on broking, why they are like on the wrong side in terms of making wrong choices with their investing and trading. That is where these intelligent layer that sits on top of discount broking will take the industry further ahead by bringing sustainability in terms of managing your broking account. And that, I think, is a market opportunity where we are focusing on.
Okay, fair enough. And in what ways do you see your product being different? I mean, is there I don't know if I should say value proposition, but what is the differentiation that you offer versus, let's say, small case? Because that's the easiest comparison I can make.
Yeah, I think in terms of construct, it is the same. But the fact is that last 10 years of broking industry, brokers actually continued investing a lot in their technology to provide great experiences and handle volumes at scale on a trading environment, right? There were a lot of innovations happening in surrounding to provide value to the customer. It was not a natively made available on a broking platform. In our broking focus, we are natively investing not only on technology to improve onboarding experiences and trading experiences, we are investing a lot in building this intelligence layer. I mean, I don't know how many discount brokers have invest a lot on the research platform, right? I mean, that is something which you talk generally in traditional broking setup, right? They have this whole sell-side research and stuff. In discount broking, for the first time, we are actually focusing a lot, where we are saying we're investing a lot on not just providing a great discount broking experience.
And this is in-house.
This is all in-house.
As opposed to,
working with allied partners.
Allied partners, right.
Yeah. So that, I think, is a big opportunity, because it takes several years to build foundationally a great research platform which can be open to broking on a broking platform at scale. See, supporting a set of customers, a finite set of customers with certain mindset and investment objectives is a different ballgame. Generally, you see private wealth, PMS, AIFs do a lot better there. But supporting millions of customers with intelligence, insights, research is a very technologically heavy problem. It took us 8-10 years to build it right and make it available on a broking platform natively as a unified single experience, right? That, I think, is a big opportunity for people to appreciate how I need to look at my broking journey versus a mutual fund journey.
So within the wealth basket, you of course said that there is a lot of research that goes into powering these portfolios, etc., models, etc. But there are already established models, right? Like various broking houses, for example, offer let's say a Saurabh Mukherjee portfolio or a Sunil Singhania portfolio. All these celebrity investors and their portfolios, and they do it for a small fee. Is there anything like that on your platform? Do you intend to build something like that?
So we already could technically open
a fund of fund, for example.
Yeah, so for example, I could actually very well bring a third-party wealth basket manager on our platform. But at this point, see, one of the things that we've learned in our journey, like working with partners in the industry, is that providing model portfolio research at a retail investor level on a broking platform requires a certain set of DNA, where you can actually support customers with different investment amount capacity and still provide a institutionally well-established portfolio. I think there our quant research principles have done well. there could be certain pockets or investment thesis or strategies where we would want to bring a third-party managers at some point. But at this point, I think the way we are taking it along on our broking platform with our in-house research, I think we are able to serve the needs of the consumers, whether they want to build an ETF-based portfolio or they want to build a long-only portfolio on quality parameters or momentum parameters, or they want to get into specific themes or sectors. We are able to open that all to the retail investors.
Okay. And when you say our customers, what is the ticket size, or what is the typical customer that you think of?
So our ticket size, actually, interestingly, our minimum portfolio size, well basket investment amount is 1,000 in an ETF-based asset allocation well basket. It could go up to, in a case of a smart momentum, it is 50,000 rupees. So, and 50,000 and upwards. So basically, I can even have a customer with, let's say, 20 lakh rupees investing in a smart momentum. I can have a 1,000 rupees customer investing in an asset allocation ETF. If he cannot afford a smart momentum, which starts at 50,000 amount. The problem with smart momentum cannot come to, let's say, 1,000 rupees, because the parameters that involves in that model portfolio research construction leads to a portfolio, optimal portfolio, which starts at 50,000. You can still start with that 50,000, change some stocks, edit some stocks, and get a certain specific stocks from that portfolio, from that model portfolio, and build a portfolio. But an optimal portfolio in smart momentum starts at 50,000. ETF base starts at 1,000, and they are in between their portfolios on sentiments, etc., where you can get it at 20,000, 10,000. So
right. And is there a cap on the maximum investments that you can put in a basket? So do you see wealth advisors themselves using this as a platform?
Wealth advisors using this as a platform to, let's say,
to do sub accounts, let's say.
No, so this is DIY. So our expectation is very simple, that you come on our platform, open your Demat account, like while you are trading direct stocks or ETFs, or you can also actually put some money in your wealth baskets. If an advisor or a research analyst, a third party wants to advise, then typically they would want to build their own portfolios. Like if they want to recommend their customers to get into these portfolios, I think our focus is largely DIY, where customers come and they invest on their own. Okay.
And what kind of growth trajectory are you seeing over the next, let's say, 3 years, 1 to 3 years?
See, we actually don't extrapolate our growth trajectory. We look at our current dynamics. So if I tell you like how things are in the last 3-4 months.
Okay, let me ask you 1 quarter to 3 quarters, because I think 3 years is eternity for the startup world.
See, fundamentally, we have realized one thing in our lives, and this is also as a group, right, that you build the right product with the right purpose, mission statement, gradually, incrementally over a period, the trajectory will work on its own. And I think in our case, let's say with Share.Market, we started in it's 1 year anniversary, by the way. So we just in the 1 year phase.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you. So we started with a very clear mindset. Let's go and actually tell people that on discount broking you can actually get intelligence at the same price. Let's start, because it's a mission statement, right? And gradually see how people accept it. Now, if I tell you, when we started, we just launched cash segment with well baskets and all. Then we completed our intelligence with stocks, factor view on stocks, collections. Then we also launched F&O. In last 3-4 months, our number of Demat accounts have actually grown by 4x. Our total order volumes have grown up by 30x. So that's the kind of growth where we never track that trajectory, we track the purpose part of it. And we'll continue to build for the purpose. I think if there's a market to actually build with a purpose, because see, for the last 10 years, the innovation was only about access with affordability, which is what discount booking. So if you now focus on building a right purposeful product around a mission statement or bringing intelligence, I think the market will come. There's a demand for that.
You think this is a powerful enough product to challenge status quo in the mutual fund industry?
No. So mutual fund industry sits along with this. See, typically.
Why do you say that? Because I think that the prime takeaway for me is that 2% fee straight away goes away.
In case of wealth basket? No, I think you will still see. Even I hold a mutual fund portfolio, and we also have mutual funds on our platform. Actually, our mutual fund monthly SIPs have also touched 1.8 million, almost 18 lakh.
So, is there an existing market that you think?
Yeah. So I'll tell you. So between mutual fund and the PMS AIF world is where the broking industry sits, right? Where people come and where say direct investing is the category, right? In the direct investing category, providing a purposeful experience or a construct to build a meaningful portfolio, there Well Basket sits. I think mutual fund industry coexists and is a mutually exclusive segment, because largely for, let's say, a specific category scheme, I will go with index funds or a large cap funds and all of that. But the moment I want to go thematic, or I want to get nuanced exposure to momentum factor in a direct model, right? Wealth Basket sits really well, and especially with ETFs. Like, one of the biggest beneficiary of Wealth Baskets are ETF market is that, because see, even investing in a Nifty 50 ETF could lead to a drawdown in a bad market, right? But let's say a Nifty 50 club with a gold ETF and a debt ETF, on a risk adjusted basis, you are actually doing much better than fixed deposits, but on a very risk averse way, right? So these Well Baskets are there. So I think ETFs have become a great beneficiary, so which is part of AMC industry, by the way, so through Well Basket. So I think both parallelly exist.
Okay. Now, how many users or how many customers do you have on the platform right now?
So in terms of demat account, I think we have crossed, I think, almost 7.5 lakhs. In terms of mutual fund executions, we are doing almost 1.8 million SIPs. And as I told, order volumes, while we don't track on a daily basis, actually quarterly we have grown by 30x in terms of order volumes.
And today, as we speak, the market's hitting a new high. Do you see any challenges on the horizon in scaling up your business?
I think one of the things which is right now a biggest talking point in the broking industry is the regulations, impending regulations on futures and options, right? And even when we launched FNO, we realized that our FNO order volumes are growing very fast now. But the fact is, our purpose to actually bring right information and stuff to the traders so that they make a better judgment, that's a problem statement that we continue to solve. But I think one thing where as an industry, I think one of the things from a narrative point of view, it's very important to understand is that India never had seen 16-17 crore demat accounts. We have seen now, right? When mutual fund was growing, there were so many changes that was brought into from a regulatory standpoint to make the category robust, right? I think even in FNO, the way SEBI is working out in terms of bringing the right guardrails, I think many people look at it like as a challenge in the sense that, okay, what it would mean from the volume standpoint, right, for the broking industry. But I think if right guardrails are put with a very, very, very logical construct, the segment will only mature with the right guardrails. I think while some people look at it as a challenge, but I think it's an opportunity, because as segment matures, the regulators come with the right construct. And that is one of the hallmarks of Indian capital markets, actually.
Sure. And I think we are running out of time. So one last question. What is the next innovation you are working on? Yeah, so as I told, so in intelligence, we completed our intelligence experience on stock pages, collections, Well Baskets. On the trading side, there was a lot of feedback from customers. What is your intelligence that you're bringing for traders? So one of the things we are launching in upcoming quarter is the scalper mode, where we are bringing order experience, placing an order experience very involve lesser clicks, because see, visual trading experience is one of the biggest innovation in mobile apps, right? Where how do you reduce friction between multiple screens, chart experiences. So we are launching something called a scalper mode, where it will really help traders to actually capitalize on changing market conditions with lesser clicks. So that's something we're gonna go live with. On the web platform, which we also have a web platform on Share.Market, we realize a lot of advanced traders come on our Share.Market web platform and they don't use our mobile app, or they come mobile app only for tracking. There we are opening something called a Share.Market Sheets, where on our web platforms you will get an Excel where we will democratize access to feeds, market feeds, different data sets to build your own custom strategies and execute through our platform, track it. So that will open up a very democratic setup for traders to actually build advanced models. So that's something. Actually, I mean, this is a very important question I completely missed. So on the futures and options side, what kind of modeling and intelligence does your platform really offer? So we started with option chain, which is like the expected from a broking platform. I think gradually we'll invest a lot in bringing a lot of intelligence around volatility as a factor, right? See, one of the things is that VIX, while is a most talked about indicator when it comes to like change in like stock options pricing, I think using VIX as a right parameter on option pricing, that's an area where we will be putting a lot of effort to bring some good indicators and tools for people to
look at the option pricing and make a trades or make a basket of options baskets and all. So on the volatility side factor we will focus a lot.
Okay, anything else that you want to touch upon?
No, I think thank you for hosting, and I think it's a pretty exciting time, especially with the markets at all-time high, and the fact that the way the industry is growing. I think it's a very exciting time to build with a very long-term view, and we are fortunate to be building since 2016. I think we are super excited about the next 10 years.
So you're personally fully invested in Share.Market, but are you invested in Share.Market?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I'm fully invested in Share.Market. Like India's story is a no-brainer, right? Like especially.
And do you trade?
No, I don't trade. I invest.
Okay.
I invest. Like I actually, my day job is to enable people to trade smartly. So I don't trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Lovely talking to you, Ujjwal. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for hosting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching us.